What's poppin', fellow NBA fans? Hecna Techna here, and today I'm going to be talking a little about the NBA restart from the Orlando bubble. Going to be doing a preview and my predictions, so let's get right into it. As you see, I'm wearing some Jazz merch, Gotta get reppin', but I am going to be showing gameplay from actually the first NBA game that comes at the start of the season, the first regular season NBA game. So let's talk a little bit about it. The NBA got canceled March 13th after Rudy Gobert, actually of the Jazz, a center, tested positive for coronavirus, and ever since then, they haven't been able to start the season. Now, they finally found a date. They're actually going to start the 23rd of July, and that's going to be for the preseason, so this Wednesday. And it's going to run until the 28th of July. And the first regular season game is actually going to be the 30th, which is the Jazz versus the Pelicans. Hence why I chose this game to be the one featured. But let's just talk a little about this, because this season is not going to be the same at all. So each team plays, I believe, 8 games, and then the top 8 go to the playoffs. And there's a total of 22 teams which are there. There's 13 from the West and only 9 from the East. And that's because those teams have a chance to go to the playoffs. So I will just briefly list some of these teams. So we have the Bucks, the Raptors, the Celtics, the Heat, the 76ers, the Pacers, the Nets, the Magic, and the Wizards. And I believe that's it from the East. And then from the West, we got the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Jazz, the Thunder, the Rockets, the Mavericks, the Grizzlies, the Trailblazers, the Kings, the Pelicans, the Spurs, the Suns. So those are all the teams that have a fighting chance, although some, like the Suns, way far back, but who knows. But I'll talk about a little bit about the players who aren't returning to the bubble. Some of these players aren't returning for injury reasons because they're concerns with COVID-19. So let's just go through it. And this really is going to change the landscape of the NBA because there's going to be some players who don't return. And especially on these teams, Mike Conley, number 10, is not returning because he cited like family issues, and I think his wife's having a child, so he decided not to go. Zion Williamson actually left the bubble. You guys all know Zion because of family issues. He said he should be back, but he doesn't know when. So the first game on the 30th against the Jazz, who knows if he's going to be there. We also got Taurean Prince of the Nets. We got Spencer Dinwiddie of the Nets. We got Bradley Beal of the Wizards, which he's a good guy, and he's out. Victor Oladipo, he's out. DeAndre Jordan from the Nets. As you see, the Nets took a huge hit. But not only that, but we also have Avery Bradley of the Lakers, Davis Bertans of the Wizards, Trevor Ariza of the Trailblazers, Willie Cauley-Stein of the Dallas Mavericks, Wilson Chandler of the Nets, Thabo Sefolosha of the Rockets, Zaire Smith of the 76ers, Kyrie Irving of the Nets, also Kevin Durant. So the Nets have a completely different landscape. I mean, their starting 5, Kyrie really hasn't played much, and Kevin Durant hasn't played at all this season, but I think 4 out of their starting 5 is going to be new, which it's just crazy. The Nets, completely new team. They had to sign some people off the G League, take people off the bench to start. It's kind of crazy. But then we got Justice Winslow of the Memphis Grizzlies. He said he's undecided, so still not sure if he's going to be there or not. And there might be more people, but that's all about it right now. And so as you could see, that it really changed the landscape completely of the NBA. Whoever wins the season, I feel bad that they won't really get a proper win because there's so many people sitting out for the season and all that it really is, it's a different team. You look at the Nets and it's not even close to the same team. So yeah, this is a little weird of a season, but I am looking forward to it. It is a shame that the 8 teams who didn't make it, who didn't have a chance, they were thinking about like a Chicago bubble, which is a completely new bubble for the teams who didn't have a shot in the playoffs to at least play basketball for a couple games. And I've heard rumors and stuff about that, but it hasn't fell through yet. And as a Knicks fan, I'd really love to see that happen, but I'm not quite sure it will. But my predictions, I'll give a little bit of my predictions. I believe that the Pelicans, who are currently in the 9th seed, I actually believe that they're overhyped in that I still think they're going to finish out of the playoffs in 9. And this is because of citing many reasons. You look at the schedule, it's not difficult, but Zion's gone at once again. I mean, they're a decent team, but Zion really helps them. And without Zion, they're just eh. So I believe the Pelicans are going to get the 9th seed, barely miss off on the playoffs. I feel like everyone in the NBA wants to see them make it, but I don't know if they have it in them. I think maybe they could pull an 8 seed, but if that's the case, they're a first round gone. They're going to lose to the 1 seed, whoever that is, whether it's the Lakers or the Clippers. I also believe that the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard, I feel like people shouldn't sleep on them because just like Kawhi did for the Raptors, now he has Paul George and he has a lot of different people. So I wouldn't sleep on the Clippers. I actually believe that the Clippers are a better team than the Lakers. So I would look forward to that. And also the Raptors, they're really a dark horse. You look at what they did with Kawhi, amazing. You look at what they did once Kawhi left, everyone stepped up. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I saw them this year against the Utah Jazz and they won. It was an amazing game. Pascal Siakam, Freddie VanVleet was actually injured, so he didn't play. OG Anunoby, all of them just went off. So it was crazy. But the Bucks, I do believe, are gonna win and go to the NBA Finals. So I do believe that the Bucks, they have it fairly easy. The 76ers, yeah, they're a little scary, but I still think the Bucks have it easily. And it really just comes down to the West. And that comes down to, I feel like the Jazz are like, they're going to win the first round, lose the second. But I honestly feel like it's going to be a Lakers-Clippers conference finals. And we'll see what happens. But I actually am feeling the Los Angeles Clippers to be winning it. In the Los Angeles Clippers playing the Milwaukee Bucks in the final. And like I said, you can't trust Kawhi. He is dangerous, just like he was last year. He's a dangerous guy. And with Avery Bradley off on the Lakers and all that, we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I am thinking that the Milwaukee Bucks are actually going to win this. Probably in a game 6 against the Clippers. Let me know your thoughts on who you think's going to win in the comment section below. But yeah, so this was just a little bit about my thoughts on the NBA restart and what I thought was going to happen. My predictions, just a little bit of the details. Let me know down in the comment section below. What do you think of my predictions? Do you think a Bucks-Clippers finals with the Bucks winning is plausible? What do you think of my stance on the New Orleans Pelicans probably not making it? Let me know all of that in the comment section below, guys. And as always, catch you on the upside.